All right, guys, some of you would definitely think I'm crazy looking at this truck because I had this motor out a few months ago in the beginning of January, and there's no motor in there anymore. Well, look what we have here. Here's my 02 7.3 engine out for the second time in a few months, and it's not because it wasn't done correctly or it's leaking or anything like that. It's because I have all this free time. So obviously you can tell by the thumbnail I'm going to be painting it. So I figured, I have all this free time, take it out. I'll do a couple things. I'm doing like a water pump and a couple little other things, high pressure oil pump seal, did some of the front cover stuff. But other than that, I'm just ready to paint it. I want to get rid of this purple and this black, and because I really think that this thing is going to look good being red, because I like the way when I painted my Cummins engine, if you've been a long time viewer, I like the way those come out. Every time I get a Cummins engine in, I like to paint it red. I think it looks really good. So I picked up some Ford International or whatever you want to call it red paint, and I think this thing's going to look sweet once it's done. So I'm going to kind of cover it up. Took the wire harness off, which is over here, right here, so that we're got a nice clear shot in here, and I'll cover up obviously whatever needs to be covered up, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that and clean it up a little bit so that we got a good surface to paint on, and then we'll be ready to shoot some paint. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna clean this up just a little bit, kind of get some loose stuff off like dust and whatever's really left. And this doesn't have to be a perfect job because anyway, when this is under there, it's not like you're gonna see every crack and crevice. So I'm gonna clean it as best as I can, but I'm not gonna go overkill on it. And then we'll be able to spray it because I got some wires and everything out of the way. As you can see, I got the water pump on. Everything is kind of done in the front, and for the most part, everything's put back together. But obviously, I still have the oil cooler. I'm waiting on this front gasket because they messed that up, sent me the wrong side, and they sent me two of the back side, one, and then other than that, this thing's pretty much back and complete for the most part. So here we go. A pretty good trick is here for some of these spots where there's like a lot of grease and you can't really get tape to stick well. What I do is I take like a rubber glove and I'll put it on there, and then I can kind of tuck the finger part of it away, and now that's a sealed deal right there. Now I won't get paint in there. All right, guys, I got it all masked off. I made sure I plugged up the sensors, and you did the rubber glove trick there. And it's just some paper towels and some of the other ports. And this thing is ready to go. We're ready to paint it. It's not perfect. There's still some grease and stuff, but you're not really gonna see it. For the time it's gonna take to scrub all that off, and you're gonna have to remove some parts to get that done. So it's just not worth it for me. I'm just gonna paint it how it sits, clean it up a little bit. It's good enough, and you won't really see it, but it'll look good under there. I think this will really catch your eye when you open the hood. All right, so this is my lineup here. Got some primer, which will help the paint stick. This is a bright red paint. That's a Ford red paint. They didn't have enough of both, so I just got both because we're gonna kind of do a blend. And then this is flame proof. This is gonna be going on manifolds, and that's clear, but the manifolds, I'm gonna paint them just a flat red. I already did them flat black. That's why it looks like these are covered in soot, but they're really not. They were in great shape before I painted them. And we're gonna paint these red too, just because flame proof, these get pretty hot, so I want them to also be red. But let's get started. Here we go. You know what this looks like? It looks like a marine engine, actually. Like one of the ones they put in a big ass boat. It looks cool this way. It would be awesome to keep it this way, but not really going for the gray, so. that doesn't look at all what it's advertised as. Here's the cap color. You can see that. I mean, that doesn't really look like it at all. I guess I could always top it off with a little bit of red. It's more so that the paint gets on there more than anything, as long as it's got a flame-proof base. Well, this might be the ugliest thing I've ever seen. This is worse than where we started. Orange is not a good color at all on this. This looks horrendous, but I used up that whole can, and now I think we're definitely gonna have enough, because you can see, like, if you look closely, there's a little bit of gray here and there, because it's kind of hard to get it all to show nicely, because you got to cover all that gray, and it's such a color difference. But now we have orange going to red. Really shouldn't be that bad. And then we'll get the fan and everything else. So holy smokes, does that look good? That looks nice and fresh. Man, this is gonna look awesome once we get this back in the truck. Holy smokes, I mean, that looks good. It looks amazing, I have to say. Wow. A little touch up on the fan, honestly, you never see that. But man, holy smokes, this is like a nice glossy, shiny, slick paint, and I couldn't be happier with it. It seems to be a very high quality paint too, like it's gonna seal nicely and hopefully last, because man, this looks good. Of course, when we go to install it, like, it might get scraped up a little bit. I saved a little bit in the can to kind of spray it, but it'll get nicked here and there, but it is what it is. I mean, but wow. I can't say enough. This looks good. Now, last step, which I'll just do off camera, is going to be spraying with clear. It's going to pretty much look the same, so I won't even bother showing you that. But wow, this looks cool. Can't wait to get this back in the truck over here and get it installed and see what it looks like under there. All right, guys. If that doesn't look good, then I don't really know what does, because that is eye-catching. I mean, you just see this and you're like, wow. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, this will wrap it up today because there's nothing else really to do. I'm not installing it for a little bit because I got a couple other things to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really hope you guys like it as much as I do, because I really like this. This thing looks sweet, and it's definitely eye-catching for sure. It's going to look amazing once you put it under the hood. But I thank you guys once again for watching all my videos, and definitely go down there and smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and I will see you guys in the next video.